I come to Substation 2 days a week. I absolutely love coming here. It's a very good environment, and the people here, it's so supportive, it's so good, yeah. So my name is Urs, and I'm a volunteer here at Substation. I had a traumatic brain injury in March 2019 due to a mountain bike accident at Daisy Hill. So before my accident, I used to work as a maintenance electrician, and that was, I would say, quite demanding. There was always a lot of pressure, you know. Someone would stand behind you asking, why is the machine not running? Why is it not fixed yet? You know, there was always the why? And here it's the complete opposite. It's so supportive here. Yeah.
So we started Substation 33 in January of 2013. We have 10 paid staff here now, but that hasn't been easy, right? Because it's taken us 8 years to get to where we are. Like, it didn't happen overnight. But our paid staff supervise around 600 people a year to perform about 80,000 hours of voluntary work in this building every year. And 100 people from that volunteer pool go on to paid employment beyond us every year.
For me, the social aspect, working with other volunteers, is amazing. A lot of companies could benefit how Substation is run.
It's nice, it's been nice. Yeah.
So before my accident, I used to go mountain bike riding like 2 or 3 times a week. That was my joy. But what I found is I spend quite a bit of time in the garden, and I find for me spending time outside in the nature, it's a very good grounding. It is so good, for my mental health, and just gives me a good feeling being outside. Many weeks after the accident, I could not remember anything due to the post-traumatic amnesia. I remember the day before I went for a ride. I was doing some work with my daughter at that time. That's the last thing I can remember. Yeah.
So on the day of Urs's accident, he said, it's a nice day, I'm going to go for a ride. And we decided to check that his Find My Friends app was working. He said to me, I'll be gone for 3 hours. And then at 3 hours, I realised that he wasn't back. And I checked on the app and saw that he was at Annerley at the PA hospital.
My left side was paralysed for a long time, and I just, I couldn't get up, I couldn't walk. It was very hard, and I didn't know how bad everything was or how bad my injuries were. I didn't know, yeah.
I can imagine, back then that we weren't even sure if he would walk. But then all of a sudden everything just started working, and he was standing up, and then he was walking, and then we started just walking around the cul-de-sac, and he could barely make 1 lap. But he insisted on doing it every day, and then before we knew it, we were walking 1 kilometre, and then we started walking 5 kilometres, and it just progressed from there. So I stumbled across Substation 33 almost by accident. I was reading a magazine and I saw an ad in there, and when I read a bit about what they did with predominantly electronics, that I thought it would be a good fit for him in terms of it was something that he was interested in. He might be able to use some of his skills there. It helped him to regain some meaning in his life in terms of work role.
She's the biggest support and I can wish for, and without her I wouldn't be where I am now, and I'm so thankful.
I originally met Urs at in Birrer at Princess Alexandra because I had an accident. The day that we met, he told us about exactly what he had gone through and how you were progressing from it.
Last year I went to Birrer as a peer support, knowing what the people go through at Birrer, and I'm getting a bit emotional, but going through Birrer, you know, knowing what the people go through, no one can imagine what they go through, and it's hard. And I hope that I could inspire some people while I was there having my speech. I think few people since then they came actually to Substation, and James is one, and it's so good to see.
I'm grateful for what you have done for us. I am. It was my pleasure being able to experience it through you. So thank you.
It made my day. Yeah, so happy.
It made my day. It did. It made my life. You made my life. So thank you.
I'm now post 2 years, and I still make progress. So I think the progress will be ongoing, and that's why I believe healing never stops. Never give up. That's something I picked up actually from a Swiss alpine skier who ended up with a brain injury in 2009. And I think, you know, that's something, it means a lot to me. Never give up.